Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of the GSMC Wrestling Laureate Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your host, Eric Rodriguez, here every Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific Time, 11 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to talk about everything in terms of professional wrestling. Yeah, honestly, guys, today is Friday. It is Friday, a lot of people's favorite day of the week, those who do not work on Saturdays. I'm just kidding. No, if you work on Saturdays, you can still enjoy your Friday. 1,010%. So obviously super excited. Saturday and Sunday's a nice weekend to spend with the kids and stuff like that. Yeah, let's go ahead and dig on into it. Thank you so much for tuning into the GSMC Wrestling Laureate Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. We got a great show for you today lined up. We're gonna start off with our WWE Smackdown preview. We're gonna talk about my Thursday night wrestling review, TNA, also Ring of Honor. Then we're gonna talk about potential WWE superstars, maybe some returning superstars that could possibly join this new Judgment Day. They need a lot of help. They need a lot of help, honestly. So it should be interesting to find out, moving forward. Fourth segment, we're going to talk about Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley seems like he's officially done with the WWE. Sad, so sad to be honest, because I feel like if WWE loses Bobby Lashley, I feel like it's huge. I feel like it's really big. Bobby Lashley has a lot of, he's a built-in fan base. He's been around in forever. It seems like because he's so like, I want to say he's like such a physical specimen and such he looks the part. He just looks so damn young. But in reality, he was back then one, JBL, Dave Batista, Rey Mysterio, The Undertaker, where he was starting to get his wrestling career kicked off. And, I think he's in his prime. I think he's in his prime 1,010%. Would be kind of bad for WWE to let him go, because if he goes to AEW, he's going to be hot. He goes to Ring of Honor, he's going to be big. He goes to TNA, MLW, New Japan Professional Wrestling, the CMLL. I think it's going to be a big loss for WWE. But in our fifth and final segment, something we do every Friday, I give you guys my wrestling news roundups, all the breaking news segments in the world of wrestling that, if you're in a bar, if you're hanging out with some family, and if you have a fellow wrestling fan, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna spark up a conversation with this cool looking fellow. And then, you can always talk about the GSMC Wrestling Laureate Podcast, what your boy E here, on the mic always has to say. So, all right. Well, guys, just to remind you guys to use the tips and donations link at the GSMCpodcast.net, or go ahead and hit that super thanks, the super chat, also the super stickers, because you are super awesome and 1,010%. We appreciate every single one of you guys. Obviously, here at the GSMC Sports Network, we do a lot of peace, love, and positivity, 1,010%. So make sure you click that like and subscribe button. Also follow the show, follow the network here at the GSMC Sports Network. We do love a lot of peace, love, and positivity, 1,010% of the way. So, honestly, we love hearing from you guys, 1,010%. The show, we love you guys on the show, whether if you have a burning question or a hot take, or just something you got to get off your mind. This show is about, keeping the conversations lively and, keeping it going, making your voice part of the mix. Honestly, 1,010%. Our audience, we pride a lot on the GSMC Sports audience. Don't be shy. Drop your comments and thoughts inside the chat. And if you really want to make sure your comments and questions gets noticed, why not use the super chat? Just hit the $ below the chat box, send in your message, and it guarantees to get featured on the show. Plus, it's a great way to support our channel. Your support, your super chats help us. It means a lot to us. It keeps the lights on. It brings you even more closer to the content that you love. We're just, 1,010%. We're, obviously really, really grateful, 1,010% for our audience in every way. Everyone who joins in here, your support means a lot to us. And, like I, reiterate every single podcast. It's our it's mostly my podcast, but it's our podcast. We're a wrestling fandom. So make sure you hit that super chat. And if super chat isn't your thing, we also have the GSMC podcast.net to add your tip and to donate. So leave your comment, question, and we appreciate every bit of your support. So yeah, let's go ahead and make this show better, make this show greater together, 1,010%. So awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about our WWE Smackdown preview. First and foremost, obviously, a lot of you guys are anticipating the return of the original Tribal Chief, 1,010%. I know I am, 1,010%. Roman Reigns, he's expected to return to WWE SmackDown. He hasn't been on WWE SmackDown since March 22nd, I believe it was. And with tensions heating up and Civil War on the brink, this storyline is heating up, and Roman Reigns' return could have, it's perfect. So, right after perfect time, you got Survivor Series right around the corner. WWE SmackDown is on it's on the height. Obviously, you have SmackDown going to the USA Network. You also have Monday Night Raw going to Netflix. So a lot of times you're gonna have the thought you're gonna want a lot of these superstars to kind of go above and beyond. And 1010%, when you saw Roman Reigns, when you heard his music hit at WWE SummerSlam, a lot of fans were excited. A lot of fans they knew that this new dawning of a new Roman Empire has been created. Not a lot of people, a lot of that, like, kind of went over the head a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people thought when Roman Reigns' music hit that he was like, oh, he's going after Solo. He's going after Solo. Like, by all means, he did go after Solo Sikoa, but in reality, he could have went after Cody as well. Cody Rhodes, honestly, he ended his legacy at WrestleMania 40, and we're still not in the clear. We don't even know if Roman Reigns is going to be cleared from Cody Rhodes just yet. And that kind of leads me to my next point. Cody Rhodes will appear, and he has a lot to say. He's not too, what happened at WWE SummerSlam came to a shock. This is the fallout episode of SummerSlam, so you're going to get a lot of answers to questions. You're going to I want to see a face-off between Solo Sikoa and the original Tribal Chief Roman Reigns tonight. But obviously, only time will tell. But 1010%, this is going to be huge. This is a must-watch episode of WWE SmackDown. 1010%. Next, we have the LA Knight will appear. The LA Knight was threatened by Logan Paul to be sued. I kind of think that's kind of far-fetched, kind of dumb. But if that's the way that they kind of want to let the cookie crumble here, obviously you still have Logan Paul with his rematch clause. Taking at any time, Logan Paul, I think it's like I mentioned before. I don't think he's going to be on the next 2 weeks of SmackDown. Just kind of let it simmer. Quite a little bit there, but all in all, I heard that I heard from a rumor that these next couple of weeks of WWE SmackDown, there's going to be some major changes on SmackDown. WWE SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis announced on this Friday show that it's going to be big. It's a lot of situations going on. Obviously, this situation between Logan Paul and the LA Knight is a nice way to kind of keep, LA Knight maybe a little busy while Logan Paul gains a little bit more momentum heading toward his title match. Because if he just fights him right off the bat, there's no doubt in my mind that they're going to fight again at Bash at Berlin. Both of them are huge superstars, kind of like what I was talking about with Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. That it'd be stupid not to have these superstars fight. Because essentially, you go to Bash at Berlin, over at Berlin, you don't have a lot of PLEs over there, on the Eastern Hemisphere. So this is big. This is kind of like their WrestleMania. So why not make it special? Also, we are expected to see trades between WWE SmackDown and Monday Night Raw. You recently saw Randy Orton on WWE Raw. Maybe perhaps we might see a WWE Raw superstar on SmackDown tonight. Possibly, could be maybe Jey Uso, perhaps maybe I doubt Damian Priest because he's going to have his feud with Finn Balor. But it's a possibility, 1010%. We don't know what's going to happen next. Nick Aldis books a huge 6-woman tag team match. We're going to have Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi take on the Unholy Union and the newly developed Blair Davenport. That match is going to be great. 1010%. Like, and also something that we have to look forward to as well is maybe a potential breakup between Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. That could happen 1010% heading into a WWE Bash at Berlin sooner rather than later. So that's something that a lot of the WWE Universe's fans have an eye on. So that's right around the corner. Also, we mentioned about the LA Knight with Logan Paul. Logan Paul, has sued LA Knight for vandalizing the Prime truck. LA Knight is going to be suspended. He's going to be suspended from WWE. I'm not sure if he's going to hold the title. I'm not sure if this is going to be a way for them to kind of get the title out of the picture, to kind of have them fight one-on-one. Because honestly, I think 1,010% that would be probably your best bet. That would be your best bet heading into Bash at Berlin, to have these guys going at it without a title stipulation. Give the United States Championship to someone. I kind of viewed the United States Championship as a superstar that's like, kind of struggling to make it to the main card. Not really there yet, but I feel like the United States Championship, also the WWE Intercontinental Championship, is a great way for superstars that are, about to level up, to kind of have a way, to kind of have a reason to be featured on WWE TV, from week to week, daily basis. So, I think 1,010%, this feud doesn't really need a title. You recently saw the LA Knight win the title, so it'd be kind of devastating to see him lose it. But all in all, I feel like it would be best for, the two brands. And we also have Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes are set to team up at WWE Bash at Berlin. So it should be interesting. 1,010% should be interesting to find out what's going to happen here tonight on SmackDown. We also have AJ Styles and Nia Jax to appear, confirmed segments this week. We have Roman Reigns will return. Cody Rhodes is set to appear. The LA Knight is set to appear. AJ Styles, as well as Nia Jax, to appear for her championship celebration. So a lot of stuff can happen tonight. Obviously, like I said before, this is the fallout of WWE SummerSlam. So hey, 1,010%. Today's going to be pretty huge tonight on WWE SmackDown. All right, guys. So, hey, do not go anywhere. We're going to jump on into my Thursday night wrestling review. We're going to jump into the ring of TNA and also the world of, Ring of Honor. So, hey, do not go anywhere.